Support for the Klyph Notes podcast comes from Acapella Apparel, an idea born from a love of hip hop, funk, and soul music and its surrounding cultures. With fashion being a huge visual part of the cultures, they've created expressive images to pay homage, invoke nostalgia, and showcase the elements that make up the lifestyle and cultures of these genres. Acapella, apparel for the music lifestyle. For more information, check out acapella.com. That's AKEPELE.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show you're about to listen to may contain explicit content. So guess what? You need to put them babies to sleep. This is for grown folks only. So we're not held liable for anything you might be offended by. Thank you for listening.
Yes, y'all. So we back again, another episode of the Klyph Notes podcast with your guy DJ Klyph. Once again, man, as always, shout out to X-Ray FM for being such gracious hosts as we record here in the X-Ray FM studios, man. There's some things happening here in the studio right now I can't tell y'all about, but we're gonna be seeing some advancements to what we can bring to you here at X-Ray FM. Shout out to my man Theory Has It for doing the theme for the Klyph Notes podcast. If you don't know about Theory, man, you need to know, man. He's kind of nice on the beat. He's actually more than kind of. He's stupid dope on the beats. He's also a dope lyricist as well. But my man Theory Has It. Shout out to you, my guy. And then, of course, Acapella Apparel for always supporting in super dope ways. Man, a bunch of stuff to talk about, a bunch of stuff to get into. If you want to know what's coming up, I will be, I think the announcement came out. If it hasn't come out, you'll hear it in a second, man. The June episode of Mic Check goes down on June the 28th. It's the 2-year anniversary of Mic Check, so we're really excited about that. A whole bunch of changes are happening, so you definitely want to, be up on that so you don't miss out on anything. But yeah, man, it's the 2-year anniversary of Mic Check goes down at the White Eagle on the 28th of June. So we're looking forward to seeing y'all out there for real. And of course, you can catch me every Saturday night on X-Ray FM. Welcome to the neighborhood with your guy playing joints, doing interviews, giving away concert tickets, and all kinds of stuff, man. I'm giving, like, I got a bunch of concert tickets I'm giving away, so you should definitely tune in every Saturday night. X-Ray FM, 107.1 FM, 91.1 FM in the Portland metro area. And of course, check me out all over social media at DJ Klyph, at DJ KLYPH, or hit me up on the website www.djklyph.com. All right, y'all, we're gonna get into it, man. This is a dope interview that we about to have right here, man. We got some fellas who made the trek down south. It's dope to be able to sit down and chop it up with these guys, because we hung out for a minute a while ago, but we didn't really get to chop it up because they was putting in work. But without any further ado, let them know who y'all are.
Ooh, what up? It's Greg Seif.
Hey. Yo, this is FSH.
Yeah, we're Kung Fu Grip. What's poppin', man? It's the first time
big
Klyph Notes podcast.
Yo, so dope to have y'all here,
Made
man.
the trek.
For real. That's right, man.
Made the trek.
That's right, man.
Down south. And here we are. What's poppin'?
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm just, like I said, I'm pleased to have y'all,
yeah, man,
here,
thank you
bro.
for having us.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
kind of funny. We were talking. So first up, thank y'all again for rocking Mic Check.
Oh, yeah.
It's lit, man.
I've been
That
trying to
was
rock
so
Mic Check for a
dope.
minute too. Like that was
so
definitely
dope, man. It
That's
was such a
what's
good
up.
show,
Thank
such
you.
a good turnout. Folk are still talking about it. It's funny because I hadn't seen y'all perform live, bruh.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
energy,
man.
a whole
Bruh.
different. Yeah, it's a whole different
Yeah,
experience.
say that.
Yeah.
So look, for real, if y'all haven't seen these cats perform live yet, man, these dudes put on a show.
Yeah,
What?
man. Nah, for real. That's the kind of like our whole tag right now is real high thrill ride. You know what I'm saying? The real high being, we like to smoke, and we also, if you listen to music, it's like, kind of conscious and you got bars, you know what I'm saying? But the thrill ride, that's the show, that's the energy, that's the hype, get lit. So that's what we want people to experience every time, you know what I'm saying? We want to feel like, damn, I'm going to like Six Flags or something when you're about to get it popping.
Yeah, you remember the commercial with the dancing bald dude in Six Flags?
Yes.
That's how the kids be hitting the JB Block Boy at our show.
100.
For real.
For real.
Yes. It was dope, man, because I mean, and I think we're gonna get into it, but I think it goes a long way in just showing the level of professionalism that y'all have, and I mean, you guys, you interact with the crowd, and as somebody who helps put on shows every
Yeah.
month. Like some people ain't on that yet.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
you gotta be able to do your research. Like I always like when I was coming up, like I watched all the dope MCs perform. Like thank you YouTube, But it's
Off
like
top.
you go be able to, but you could with it being that easy, you can go and study and see how they rock, and also just listening to how they talk about rocking the show and what it means to be an MC.
Mhm.
So it's always important to me to like really be on top of that, make sure our show game was popping.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a part of the craft. It's just as important as like, all right, people crafting their bars and crafting their breath control and crafting their songwriting and all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the entertainment. So it's like, all right, I'm selling my musical content, so I want it to be the best musical content, so people want that. So I want, we're selling tickets to the show. I want it to be the best show, so people want to come. They want to purchase that.
Word up, because then
Like-
it truly does become an experience.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing. We want to get our music to, I remember seeing Kanye and like when graduation, it was like Glow in the Dark tour.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that it was just a completely different show than like anything I ever seen. He had like, he had like a narrator, like a technic, you know what I mean? But there was like just hella crazy lights. It was like a whole story arc, but he still did all his records, and it was just like, amazing. Same thing when we saw Macklemore, or not, we recently performed with Macklemore at the Key Arena.
Yeah.
And same thing with his, this dude's flying off of, strings off the top of the arena and coming down, and pyrotechnics,
Insanity.
Yeah,
dancers, musicians, all that stuff. So
But you know what I'm saying? A lot of that comes in when you got like stage design and stage manners and just the things that like can allow you to do that, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like all that comes with time if we can just like hone the craft and be able to rock like a 2-hour set, you know what I'm saying? And we got some tricks up the sleeve. We've been working on blading a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever see the wrestlers, when they take the razor and they nick their forehead and then
Yeah.
the blood comes, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So you might be seeing something, a little something it upstream, Might be
Yeah.
seeing a little gratuitous violence,
yeah,
They gonna
just
take it to a
just
whole
trying to take it to a whole
level.
nother level, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I said, yeah, for sure.
I mean,
That's
like,
what's
do pyrotechnics, like, why can't you do pyrotechnics on a budget? You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with that?
yeah.
Yeah?
I got nothing.
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
nothing.
head shit. Everybody agrees. All right, cool.
We
I'm sure there's some fire violation. Fire
Gonna be a
code
lot of
violation.
hairspray
Yeah,
the next show.
man.
Yeah,
Make sure you
axe
wear
with
your-
the
yeah,
lighter.
a lot
bring
of
your
axe.
fire, bring your fire retardant to the show.
Yeah,
man.
we.
So let's go back a little bit. I know that I heard you guys' music a few years ago, and reached out, and y'all was so dope about getting back and slide me radio edits. So thank you for that. I got to
Hell
publicly
yeah, of
say
course.
that. I appreciate again the professionalism, like when you make music, recognizing that radio DJs would love to support, but we have restrictions. So thank you. Let me say that for
No,
making
thank
radio
you, man.
edits. But like the idea of Kung Fu Grip, y'all coming together. Like, what's the history of that?
Man, well, we basically met through, you know what I'm saying, like my best homie who I grew up with had met Greg in like the bus stop, like there's like the area in where we grew up in Kirkland, where like everybody would hang out at the bus stop, which was just like right next to the skate park where all the suburban kids would just do bad shit. So when we weren't doing bad shit, we were just rapping, and I met Greg through the homie Matt BBJ. So he just was like, yo, you got to hear my homie Fish rap, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yo, you got to hear the homie Greg rap. And then we just like happened to run into each other just like one random night off of a whim. It was like, you Greg, I'm Fish? All right, cool. Boom, boom, boom. Started chopping it up. Was rapping like, all right, that was dope. And we probably started working on songs and like recording them probably a week after that. And then, like 2-3 songs turned into a group. And yeah, that was it, man. But that was, that was back in the day. I'm still a young man. But that was back when I was a much younger man.
As we all were.
Yeah,
as we
nah,
all were.
definitely.
It's cool it's always cool to me to hear the stories, especially when I see and hear artists who just have chemistry.
Mm.
You guys feel, I mean, it comes across on record, but there again, just being so impressed with y'all live show, you can just see the chemistry, man.
Yeah,
Word.
I think that's definitely, I mean, me and Fish off top already, like he says, we met each other on the bus. Like even us just reached on the bus kicking it, the chemistry was there. Someone was like, oh, we need to work, But
Yeah.
especially like through the years, like that was, like 2007.
Yeah.
So 2018 now, it's like almost 11 years. It's like, yeah, we're both young still, but that was, we have been working on our chemistry
Yeah.
for a hella long time and how we want to approach business and music and shows and all that stuff. So it's cool that we both have been able to keep that goal
Word.
like consistently.
Word.
Yeah.
That's what's up, B. So being here in the Northwest, being here in Portland specific, it's been really cool to see the growth of the Northwest scene.
Mm-hmm.
So to keep it 100, so I'm not originally from Portland. So when I came to Portland and started, meeting artists in the city, there was sort of this underground talk, and I think it kind of started dying out. So this would have been like late '90s, early 2000s.
Mhm.
Who are some of the artists, if you don't mind me asking?
So when I first started connecting with folk, I was linked with Lifesavers. So that's Omega
Yep.
Watts, who used to be up
Right.
in
Mhm.
Seattle for a minute. Braille.
Braille.
and-
I really want to know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
where's Braille at right now?
So Braille right now is actually, I don't know his specific role, but he's I know he's a part of the Humble Beast crew.
Mhm.
Okay.
So Humble Beast is out of Portland. So they just released a project. Shoot, I just forgot her name. A young lady, like it just dropped. Odd Thomas is on the label. Theory Has It used to be on the label. But they're based out of Portland. So
That's
Okay,
dope.
dope. So they got their thing going.
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's
And
lit.
he
Yeah.
he
Shout
hadn't
outs,
been
Braille.
recording. He was just like engineering, but I think he just released like 2 joints
That's what's
recently.
up.
Okay, bet.
So
Say that.
hopefully we'll get to hear more from Braille.
Hey.
But then Sam People, and then
Mhm.
Old Dominion,
Right,
Mhm.
of course.
and then Lifesavers.
Yeah.
So those are the cats who I knew who were doing stuff in Portland.
Yep. So it's all.
But there seemed to be a
legends right
divide.
there.
Aside from Old Dominion, there seemed to be a divide between Oregon and Washington, specifically Portland and Seattle. That was my perspective.
Because Old Dominion spent a lot of time up in Seattle. Those guys were up there. Like,
yeah.
Old Dominion, I feel like was like the whole Northwest.
yeah.
Like
Yep.
basically, you know what I'm saying? Basically, like like maybe like even
Their
Bellingham.
clique is like Wu-Tang deep.
Bellingham.
Yeah,
to
even
Portland, bro.
Bellingham. It was
Yeah.
like 30
Yeah.
niggas
You
in
got,
the
you got
clique.
cats
Yeah.
from Olympia. You got cats
Yep.
from all over the place.
Hell yeah, you could drive the whole West Coast. You
Yeah,
good, baby.
exactly. You gonna have Old Dominion members. That's
So,
dope.
so like in terms of like regional artists, who were y'all listening to?
Oh man, I mean, all like that's the only reason why I asked, because I like coming up in Northwest, I just like I said I study, so I did my research on all those type of people, like making sure to listen to the Braille's, Lifesavers. I mean like Seattle, like old school, like we get Boom Bap Project.
Oh
and,
yeah, of
like,
course, Boom Bap.
You know
Shout
what
out
I'm
to my guy
saying?
Destro.
And
Word up.
like, there's a lot of artists in that whole era. But I guess really where I got started, Seattle, my era started in like Blue Scholars.
Oh yeah,
And like
fan of Blue Scholars.
Gabe Teodros and Ross Sion and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
Common Market. And then as I got deeper into the scene, definitely I was listening to people like who are a little more like people I related to, like Cloud Nice, like The Satisfaction.
Okay.
Around that time, like Shabazz started really popping up.
Mm.
Who else?
Metal
Fresh
Chocolates and,
Espresso,
like, Fresh
yeah.
Espresso, yeah.
Metal
Espresso.
Chocolates, a lot
Otis
of those
doing
dudes.
this thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
Mhm.
that's cool for me because I've been so engrossed in Portland. When it comes to more regional acts, I just didn't. I don't know a whole lot of cats who are coming out of Seattle. Yeah, and you guys were one of the crews. So I think when I heard you guys, I took so much to what you were doing. But,
Yeah.
but outside of that, I don't know a bunch of folk from Seattle.
Well, we got put on too. Like even when we started even connecting out here, like we get first linked up with Kenny Fresh,
Shout out to my
and
man.
he
Kenny Fresh,
he had
Fresh
put us on to hella.
Where's Kenny Fresh?
Yeah, hashtag where's Kenny Fresh.
Hashtag
we
where's
got
Kenny-
we
where's
got a
Kenny
little like
Fresh?
running joke. You know what I'm saying? We be inviting him to our shows. He came to the last one. He came to the mic
Yeah,
check
that was
joint.
super
Word.
lit.
So that was
man.
super
Yeah.
dope. Thanks for
Yep.
coming out to that, Kenny. But yeah, dog, Kenny, you got to come to all our shows. Every time we in Portland, I want to see you, man.
Yo.
But yeah, like he put us on like Stewie and Casso, like
Yep.
before Casso was even had like joints. You know what I'm saying? So we was always
he was
new folks
yeah,
popping
that's
up.
how I heard about like Trox and like a bunch of other folks out here too.
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
know. So like, yeah, it's like we always just be listening. We're just fans of the music first, and like, yeah, no, for sure. Like
That's
that's
what's up.
Oh yeah, but Seattle's like been just being in the scene. There's always been like shows or something going on, or like prominent artists, or like shows being sold out by like different cliques and in like different spots on Capitol Hill. So it's kind of cool to see just how the music has shifted and like just the different sounds that have been popular. Like it's tight,
Yeah, no doubt. no doubt.
definitely.
And it's cool now to see the Northwest being looked at as a region
Mhm.
of where music is coming from.
Yeah.
Seattle, Portland, obviously, and then cities in between further
Mhm.
south.
Mm.
And then to a certain degree, I think Vancouver, BC is linked to the Northwest, but I think typically a little bit sort of their own.
yeah. I
Right.
think I've heard they got a pretty dope.
Because you got to get a passport to go up there.
Yeah,
Makes it
exactly,
tough.
exactly. And then outside of the region, who y'all listen to coming up?
Coming up,
Yeah.
A lot of people.
MF Doom and Lil Wayne and Jay-Z are my favorite rappers.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
man,
All
Snoop.
God MCs for sure.
Word.
Yeah,
Word.
definitely all the legends, man, for sure. I guess new cats. Yeah, but I'm really like into, like LA. I really like everything LA is kind of doing. You know what I'm saying? Outside of like the super gangster, like we had a conversation about Nipsey Hussle. Like that's probably my line.
Yeah.
But like, the Kendricks, the Blues, the Schoolboys, Absol. I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
Atlanta's running stuff. I love everything from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Florida, love what they're doing. Chicago always got some dope stuff happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, just really enjoying all of that stuff. And then Seattle, I enjoy the Northwest. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Northwest music too.
That's what's up. And
Yeah.
that again, that to me, that's one of the things that's always so dope is to see the region really loving what's happening in the region and then influencing what's happening in the region. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So you guys came through, like we said, man, killed Mic Check down here in Portland. Did Mic Check, the single off the project.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I came through and I had to cop that vinyl, which was so it's
appreciate
so
that,
dope,
man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to Gary and Crane City Records on that one, for real, man.
That's what's up. So that the album, like this was your first opportunity to get on vinyl, right?
This is our
Yes,
first
sir.
opportunity to get on vinyl.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah,
That's what's
man.
up.
We're immortalized now.
Forever.
Forever. You see,
Yeah.
it's physical in the world.
No, seriously, when the world ends and then they're going back through the rubble and they're trying to build things back up, you're gonna see.
Oh, this is flame. Yo, this cover's
What
lit.
in the world is this?
I'm dying off of this radiation, but yo, you see the backdrop on that? Put that on.
The project as a whole, man. Talk about the project. The album is 2KFG.
2KFG.
I had to
Yeah,
Kung Fu Grip.
it's kind of a double. Yeah, it's a double meaning. It's like it's me and Fish. It's it's the 2KFG. It's our
cute.
year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And
okay,
it's also
The
Keyboard
2K is
Kid,
Keyboard Kid.
Fish
Okay.
and Greg and Fish and Greg. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, it's a 2KFG. So yeah, to definitely go cop that. But
Giant shout
it's
out
really
to
just a
Keyboard Kid.
celebration. Yeah, shout out to Keyboard Kid. He made all the beats.
Hell yeah.
Definitely a collaboration album. But yeah, we just on there celebrating and.
What would you like to know about the record, Klyph?
To be honest with you, one of my curiosities is artistically, you look at the album cover and then you listen to the record, and it's a very interesting contrast to me. Just the
opener didn't sound happy to you, like a celebration.
It's not.
It's
really
it's
happy.
not, but it
It's
looks
not
like
happy.
I mean, it looks like I feel like y'all's music is I think you can do two things with it. I think you can put the record on and it's dope to just drive to or like just have on in the house when you're doing something else.
Mhm.
But when you sit down and listen to the record, like y'all some deep cats,
Just,
man.
yeah, it's kind of
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So when you look at the album cover, it looks super like, oh, this is just gonna be some old party junk. You know what I mean? But people need to like really listen to the record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So was that a part of the thought process when you made the record? The whole idea.
I don't
of
think
I think
intentionally. Not intentionally.
definitely not. Sorry, I'm like jingling my keys on the podcast. What am I doing? I don't think. Yeah, definitely not intentionally, but it was like it was the last in like a series of three records I believe we've done. So we had the Indigo Children with Tales from the Other Side, which was kind of our first step into like this realm of sounds that we did with Giorgio Momurda, another great producer. And then so that kind of bended into like the whole Indigo Children themes. And then which one did we drop next? Then Growing Up in the Future, which is kind of like speaking on, you got the preview from the Indigo Children, Tales from the Other Side, then Growing Up in the Future, which is basically like speaking on it. Then The New Flesh, which is, if you've ever seen Videodrome, a lot of those themes feel like they fall all into the same into the same realm. So like New Flesh is the ascension, and then you've got 2KFG, which is basically the celebration. And then after that, I don't want to do any more themes on this record. The next shit is all about funk, soul, and you know what I'm saying, getting to the mothership, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Talk. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean like that. So then afterwards with the cover, you know what I'm saying, the cover, our manager came up with the concept for the cover on that one, just like through listening, and like, all right, a lot of his, you know what I'm saying, because he's a little bit of an older cat, so you see like his prom hood photos, you know what I'm saying, and so it's like that, like, yeah, you have like the celebration sounds and like happiness and a lot of the beats and like the first half of the record, but it's chilling. It's just like, all right, you going through the bullshit, but you know, I'm still over here to like, I can still put a suit and a little tie on and
celebrate. Yeah,
yeah, it's all good.
And that's the thing too, is I feel like even like it's not even. Some people could take the whole indigo thing and take like, oh, like, you know, these deep philosophical like thoughts, and you can go into it in big long tangents. It's like, it's actually not that serious.
Yeah.
It's actually not that deep. It's just literally we're just living life, and like these are the things you go through as you're like getting older, things you learn, things that you like experience, whatever, you know, different emotions. Like, we're human, so it's like, yeah, sometimes I feel like, you know, just going hard and being like, yeah, or, you know, sometimes I feel like really just being like, let me just get my shit together. You know what I'm saying?
If you really listen, I'm rapping about getting head on like 90% of these records.
Sex usually helps calm down a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, musical industry pressures and all those type of things.
I'm so angsty. Please just top me. I'm so angsty.
Yeah, but it's really not that complex, you know. But it comes together well. Like that.
Yeah,
it comes together like,
well,
hey,
for
this
sure.
is a story. Like, yeah.
I mean, I think to me, one of the a good example of that is Headline.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of my favorite tracks.
I'm glad you rock with that one.
Headline. Yeah.
Hell yeah, thank you.
I'm looking at the track list right now. What's the joint? I Quit, of course, is dope. Again, but like, you got to sit and listen to some of these songs, and you can. I mean, I think we all pull what we connect with, what we relate to in any music, but definitely some depth to that one. What's the joint? I think is it. What's the driving joint?
I think I know what
Don't Go Missing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't Go Missing.
All right, B. So I'm listening to Don't Go Missing, right?
That's my favorite record on the project, for sure.
I'm listening to Don't Go Missing, and like, I'm just like listening to it again, just kind of have it on, and I think I must have been listening to it in the headphones or something. And at the end of the record, you hear the shovel situation, and I was like, wait a minute, I got to go back and listen to this again, man.
Hey,
I
on the vinyl, you don't get that. You don't get that on the vinyl, actually.
Yeah, he was like, wait a minute, what's this shovel? What is going on?
You gotta hear that on the Spotify version. You listen to it. Hey, yo.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Don't let that leave that to the imagination.
Okay. Chopping it up with my folk Kung Fu Grip.
Super big shouts out to Klyph Notes. You know what I'm saying?
So once again, man, I just think it's so dope. I think it's so dope that you guys have the vinyl out, because, you know, for me as a curator, as a lover of music, and then also as an old head, you know, I came from an era where that's how you got music. Like, you heard it on the radio, and then you got it on vinyl. You got the 12-inch, or you got the cassette. And then I'm old enough to see when CDs came on the scene, and everything was on CD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was, you know, people weren't putting stuff out on vinyl for various reasons. So to see the resurgence, the comeback of vinyl, to me now, I look at it as when you get to the point that you can actually put out vinyl, to me it shows one of two things. One, it shows that you got people who have, you know, are backing you
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And then two, it shows that, like, nah, I'm serious about this. Like, I'm not just trying to be only on the internet and you know, utilizing those tools. So I think it goes a long way to just show how serious y'all are about your craft, man.
Yeah, we're not playing, man, for sure. I mean, we wanted
no games.
We wanted to put out a product that like really made that statement just through and through. It's like, hey, like, this is it, you know, this is our first and last album, you know, and it's not even our last album. We want to treat it like it's the last album, you know. It's like this is it. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it like exactly how we want it done, you know. And it was, like I said, shout out to like Fish said, shout out to Crane City Music, because it was really cool. It wasn't even a thought until they really brought it. We had like lunch one time, they just brought it, and it was like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, and
yeah.
how it's gonna like, how that picture's gonna look and everything. It was like,
Just look good.
it looks
Good
looks
on-
good. It feels good. It
look
sounds
on the
good.
vinyl,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, but no, I feel like you're right. Like, you know, it's especially now for like 2018, vinyl has peaked. Like, people really are digging vinyl again. Is really coming back really right now. I remember a few years ago when people were like, "Oh yeah, vinyl's coming back." You know, it's like I feel like right now for show, it's definitely back.
Yeah.
I mean, like I just got my vinyl, my record player. I've been going crazy. You were asking earlier, we've been bumping. Like, I just been really bumping like Sly and the Family Stone. Like, there's a riot going on. That's what I've been
Word.
bumping. I got that
That's
on
what's
vinyl.
up.
I just bumping that.
Classic.
Hotter Than July. You know what I'm
Classic.
saying? Like, bumping straight old school on the vinyl, and it just makes me feel hella good. I wake up in the morning, you know, I roll up a spliff, and I just sit there, you know, I be chilling, and we put up some good times after, you know.
That's what's up,
Yeah.
man. So I mentioned if you have an opportunity to, you know, to see these cats do their thing live, you definitely have to take advantage of it. When it comes to live performances, what you got coming?
We have Folk Life tomorrow. If this is whichever day this is dropping, that'll be on.
That'll be a week past.
Yeah,
the
well,
27th.
you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna pull the curtain back, like, you know what I'm saying? But we got some shows coming up. We got Upstream on
For the 3rd.
June
We're gonna be
3rd.
rocking.
Yeah, we're playing on June 3rd. The homie Django is gonna be playing on June 1st with Saul and Paris, so be sure to check them out as well. We're gonna be playing on Sunday on the KXP stage, 10:15. Gonna be super rocking, man. I'm really, really excited for Upstream. Had a good time last year.
Yeah.
And like I told you, blading, pyrotechnics, confetti, nipple tassels, you know.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be doing the Soundwave Festival in Tacoma in July. We got another like Dope
Tight.
Cup coming up in August.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get on the road here September, like, you know, October. And yeah, but really more than anything, honestly, I feel like we just want to focus on just putting out singles in our music and just
Word.
videos, just content online. Really, that's like definitely something we really want to approach. But yeah, holla at us. We'll always come down and rock.
That's
You
what's
know,
up.
whatever, man.
That's what's up.
Come
man.
through and play your bar mitzvah.
Off top, 100.
We said, man, we taking all comers.
I'm saying, yo, for real, it's lit.
The so the album is out. I've been looking at reviews, and definitely well received. I mean, I've seen it. I can't remember who it was, but I think it was someone maybe who was from Seattle who said it was like a modern day Pink Floyd kind of.
Yo, shout
Dark Side of the Moon or something.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
I
a very
definitely.
nice thing to say.
I would say I would maybe compare it more to Bleach, like, but we've always tried to make our albums like cohesive, like a Pink Floyd album.
Yeah.
I think that's where it comes from, and like that whole like, it's like it's a really like when you listen to Dark Side of the Moon specifically, it just feels like there's hella ups and downs. It's like just a super wave the whole time you're listening to it,
Yeah.
and that's how or at least when we sequence the album, when we're putting the songs together, when we're like, okay, this is what it is, boom, that's what we're trying to hit, that same wave, as opposed to thematically, because Dark Side of the Moon is kind of like, it's kind of like a really weird philosophical concept about madness and all this other stuff, and that's not what 2KFG is about.
Yeah.
But I definitely musically like
2KFG is about getting head.
you know, yeah, during you know, in the rough
That's
times.
like, let's be clear.
Yeah, let's be very
Yeah.
clear.
But I mean, like I said, I don't compare it to like Bleach. You know, I've had to compare to something because it's like I feel like it's our record before our record. You know,
Word.
for our real one.
Word.
And they're coming because like we did the 2KFG and we did that quick, and we didn't make much music after we dropped the album or after we made the album.
Yeah.
Like we did 2K, we did Concrete Waves, so it was like 2 years of just making hella music.
Yeah.
We sat back, made 2KFG. 2KFG was finished. We like as soon as we was done, we was attacking business
Promo
mode.
and how we're gonna work it, what's gonna
Videos,
be the videos, and taking
you know what I'm saying?
pictures,
Make
et
sure it
cetera,
was
et cetera.
mastered
Yeah.
right, making sure everything was like
Yeah.
perfect, lined up.
It took
and
a
then
minute.
Boom, press go. That was like 7 months of just prep for the album. So we weren't making no music, but making connections, thinking about okay, when I'm gonna do some new stuff, you know. Recently ran into this producer. His name is Thought Sensei. So we went on tour, met this producer, has some fire ass beats, and we've been working. So yeah, it's like coming fresh out of 2KFG and dropping the album and all that stuff, and then going back to the studio and making songs. It's like, okay, we learn so much. We have this like, it's a recipe now, but now it's like, you really know the recipe, you really know the flavors, so you can really like throw some new stuff in there and try a lot of new stuff. So I feel like we're cracking codes quietly right now, you know what I'm saying? We're figuring out those like little intricacies and stuff that people are really liking about us and bringing them out and showing them in like full capacity on these new joints. So really excited about that, man.
So you were talking about the next project. Let me just say real quick. One of the joints that, and I haven't listened to your whole catalog yet, but Low End 96-ish.
Yes.
You like that
you.
one?
It's my joint.
Yo, thank
Hell
you.
That gets airplay constantly.
Shout out to Dom Sicily.
Yeah, Dom Sicily / Dev D on the beats on that one. That was like, to me, that was definitely gonna be a project we're gonna go back in like 20 years and we probably gonna re-release that.
Word.
And people are gonna be like, oh, I don't even know how we missed that album. But yeah, that's, man, we had
by fucking up. That's how.
it wasn't fucking up. It was just, it wasn't fucking up.
No, not us. That's how you miss the album. It was like,
yeah,
it's
you're
us,
just
though.
missing up.
Yeah,
You're
you
just
just
missing out.
yeah.
It's quiet as kept. People just don't know yet. But that one's one of my favorite projects for sure that we did.
Dope. It was definitely dope. So you've been writing, prepping for planning for more releases.
Yeah, man, we got some records on the way.
Stylistically, what can people look for?
Just the good, the Krenak.
Yeah, basically, exactly what he said right now. I feel like we're just working on like making the best music that feels good.
Like if what you're looking for is the best shit, this is where you find it.
Yeah. We make a lot of music, so shit goes out the door. Some shit may be dope to me,
Yeah.
might not be dope to him. We'll throw it out. We'll just
filter that out.
We'll just be like, yeah, it's cool.
Only give you
we only get
for you, the listener. This is for your listener experiences. Me and Greg arguing, going back and forth, trying to figure out this song. No, make the song, sweating, putting the stitching together. All for y'all, man. And this is the motherfucking thanks I get.
I'm telling you, no, I'm saying, like, we be really trying to go through.
Nah, it's because
we
we love y'all. Honestly, man, it's like y'all. You know what I'm saying? The fans are my idols and prophets. You know what I'm saying? We worship y'all, so we're willing to put in this work. You know what I'm saying? To atone.
Man, I'm
getting
I'm
deep for a
serious.
minute.
No,
I was like,
y'all good? Y'all good?
I was like, yo.
2KFG, man. 2KFG, the bar. I feel I really
what
feel like
happened
I
here?
set the bar
Something
high
wrong?
for us, man. Nah, I felt the Holy Spirit came down. It came down and blessed the table one time.
Yo, okay, so the because the album didn't drop that long ago, so I always feel like, man,
February.
Let it.
That's how music goes. Music change every 6 months, man. So I was like, we gotta have that some more dope ready ASAP.
But I ask artists that often, man, like, do you feel pressure to constantly put out, the next because of the attention span?
I mean, I think you have to now at this point, at least for me. I think unless you're one of them artists who was like really like, all right, when J. Cole drops, people are gonna check for it and he can go off the map. Or like when Drake drops, he can go off the map. You know what I'm saying? But right now, when you're trying to get these ends, if you're trying to get these ends, dog, like people are gonna forget about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, yeah, it's like microwave. So you gotta find the line between being able to hit them with not like microwave per se, but are just like get hella good at making hella good music really frequently and really fast and being able to put it out and switch and. You know what I'm saying?
We did another podcast
because you could have somebody who sucks and they're just gonna drown you out because they drop 100 songs.
But it's also got to be presented right. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 2KFG, like the time was taken to present that right. I feel like with each song that we drop or whatever we do, we go and take that time to present it correctly, regardless of what time that takes.
Yeah.
That's not really an issue to me. But I do feel that pressure to be like, get it out, because it's like, they're like, gonna listen to it now. It's like, it dropped in February. Well, all these other joints dropped since then, and we're in just May now. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I just dropped the album. Everyone else is like, oh, that was February, dog. So it's definitely like, okay, gotta make sure things are tight. They keep getting hit with dope material, but it's gotta be quality. Like you can get quantity, but everything's got to be good. Well,
I mean, and that's where I'm at, man. Again, like as a curator, as an on-air personality, I'm constantly getting music from folk, and especially with I feel like I'm here to serve other individuals, so I want to give everybody a shot because I mean everybody at some point you need a shot, right? you need an opportunity. So try to give everybody that opportunity. But you do get inundated sometimes. I shouldn't say inundated, but you do get a lot of stuff where, sometimes it's like, man, you need to like good work, but you need to get back in the lab and go listen to this and go listen to that and just sort of hone your craft. But it's just like we were talking about earlier, man. That South High project dropped a while ago,
Yeah.
and I had to go back to it. But the reason I went back to it is just what y'all was talking about it because it's worthwhile going back to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's definitely some quality there. You mentioned that you're working on. I think I understood you say you're working on singles. So is that the move coming up next? You
we're just doing
Just gonna be dropping cuts and records and videos and just putting it out, see what sticks and see what's going on. But we got a lot of dope shit. I mean, nothing half-assed is gonna make the stash. You know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah, I just want to be really ready for that when that next album comes out. Like he said, we want the funk, the soul. We're gonna be ready to take him to the mothership. And I just don't know if everyone's ready yet.
What's up? Production wise, you guys have your eyes on producers for
Thought Sensei.
Yeah, just really Thought Sensei is what we're working with right now.
Word.
I mean, I would love to get back, and I'm not even gonna say I would love because it's just gonna happen. We're just gonna get back with keyboard.
Word.
Yeah, man. Dom Sicily sent us a couple records over a few days ago that was super fire, man.
The homie, just like a bunch,
Yeah,
couple of local Seattle.
there's a few folks. I know Andy from Remember Face did one of our records that we're gonna be dropping here pretty soon. He produced that.
Word.
Yeah.
In terms of visuals, do you sort of decide on if you want to shoot a video for a joint after you're done?
Yeah, I think some of them we knew we really like. Mic check, we knew.
Yeah.
Like we were like, mic check, that's the one. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's supposed to be. It's kind of like that's one we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't go missing. We're gonna do that video.
Right.
Video's happening.
Right. That's what's up.
Well, actually, Don't Go Missing is more of like one of those tester ones. Actually, that's a better answer to your question, I feel like.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, we don't know how people are going to respond to this record,
Mhm.
but people have been really digging it. So it's like, all right, cool. So we're going to do a video.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like, mic check. Yeah, we're going to do that. But
Right.
sometimes it's like, oh, people are really appreciating that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. Well, again, I appreciate, obviously, number one, I appreciate people who utilize their platforms for positivity in whatever form. And I feel like one of the things that I appreciate about what you guys do is that you're using your platform to showcase artistry and showcase like what I feel like is real hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Taking concepts and not just giving us stuff, but giving us meat, giving us stuff to chew on. And I think that's valuable. And I think in a day where, just like you mentioned, man, you feel like you gotta just churn out material. I think sometimes people don't necessarily take an opportunity enough to actually put something out there with substance.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, just as a consumer, first off, thank you for doing that. And encourage y'all to keep doing that. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. And I definitely think there's room for all of it. There's room sometimes to just, I want to turn up. I want to hang out,
Yeah.
And at least with, 2KFG, I wanted songs on there where you could feel like you could turn up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
when you're like, listen to the whole album, you're going to get joints where, where you're going to get a different take.
Yeah.
I've listened to a bunch of albums now. It would be like, all these songs are about the same thing or the same topic.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't want to approach that but there's room for everything to, like while you have say like Rakim's and Big Daddy Kane's, you got like, I don't know, JJ Fad or like, some like, random like fun rapper, Will Smith,
Right. For sure.
But I mean, even with that, you know what I'm saying? You had you could take a artist like Kane, who I think is like, I don't want to get in the top whatever situation because I think that's all.
You can say that. You can say that.
But for me, Kane, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Kane, Rakim, Melly Mel. But at any rate, but even Kane, I mean, Kane had joints, and then Kane had like conscious.
Yeah.
But through all of that, though, he was lyrical, and I think you can turn up and be lyrical as well. I think
you can, but sometimes it's like not as tight to do nowadays, man. When I'm listening to like turn up, a lot of times, man, I'm like, I'm not in here trying to hear your bars. I'm trying to get like grinded on by this girl.
It depends. It depends, though. You know what I'm saying? It depends. I feel like
that was hot.
There's a fine line, but there's a fine line to have that like be like, okay, this person is saying is like making me what they're saying plus the music is making the whole experience
for sure.
dope. So
Yeah,
be like, oh
definitely.
yeah, he's gigging, but like that's what I'm trying. You try to hit. Like I want to hit that point where maybe the hip hop head who's at the club is listening to the record and he's like, okay, I wouldn't expect him to, but it's like, hey yo, he's actually spitting some bars right now. I'm actually I'm rocking with this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or maybe you're gonna go to the club and that part of the song that you hear is my favorite joint. Is my favorite part. You know. Yeah. So like let's say for a song like Mercy, for example, like Mercy was a song that was like huge in the club. Yeah. And had a bunch of cats rapping on it that had bars.
Right. No, for
that
sure.
made you want to dance.
Say that.
Yeah.
So it's like you could go there. And you could also do Lil Pump, Playboy Cardi, where you're like, you could do that too.
Right.
But
I think as long as you have balance, to me, that's what it comes down to.
Right.
Because like you've been saying the whole time. I mean, your music is an expression of where you are on your journey in that moment, and life is not just linear. I mean, there are ups and downs. So when I listen to music, I am looking for that. But I do just want to, again, I appreciate what y'all done thus far. Just looking forward to what else is coming.
No, I want to make music that just lasts forever. That's really my main thing. Because when you listen to, I mean, at least for me, some people can't listen to old school rap and be like, that still feels good. But to me, like you still put on, Beastie Boys right now. Paul Revere in 2018.
Right.
That's still like they still maybe not the fans, maybe not the like people who just listen, but the people who are behind the scenes, like the Rick Rubins and those people, like they're still influencing music today.
Absolutely.
Like they're still using those tricks. People are still trying to figure out how they use those tricks today to make dope shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as long as it feels good and you can always go back to that and be like, yeah, that's that shit. That's what I want with our music, man.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I even stopped kind of hating on rappers who just make songs about women. It's like, okay, all your songs are about chicks.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, if it makes people feel good, it feels good. And like every time I put on the record, it makes me feel good. I'll be like, I love that. And that's cool with me. So I think that's really where, like, at least me personally, I'd be really trying to hit that point with our music every time.
Word up. If folk are listening to the interview, we've talked about the new record a lot. So that a lot. So it's definitely a place to go check out. But if people are like, all right, I want to, what can be my introduction in the Kung Fu Grip? Where would you say people should start? Because you guys have quite a bit of music out there.
I would say start 2KFG.
Yeah, start at 2KFG. This is new beginnings.
It's not even necessarily like new beginnings. I just think it's our most complete. Like all of those projects, it took us all those projects to make this project.
True.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, go listen to that first, because that's probably the most cohesive. Okay, I understand who Kung Fu Grip is, because you're gonna get everything. You're gonna get melodies, because we can do melodies. We can do like, kind of like rocky, grungy, like cool stuff like that. That we have songs that are like literal grunge rap, like rock songs, but they're a little too friends. So anyways. You get that melody.
Anyways, what, dog?
You get bars, you get the energy, you get the dope beats, you know what I'm saying? You get the general style of what we do. You get, you were rooted in the hip hop shit on there. Like, anyways, Fish wanted me not to be too long winded, but I just wanted to.
God damn.
You gotta explain that, bro. You gotta explain it, man.
Nah, V, this is the place to do it for real, man.
I'm over here, I'm just like, I wonder what's in the fridge.
I forgot what his thought was. It took so long.
I didn't forget. I just pushed it to the side. No, that was good. Your breath control is getting filthy.
So one of the things that I had an opportunity to witness when you guys performed at Mic Check here in Portland, was you going in, Fish.
Thank you,
bro. You got you got bars, B.
I like it. I like it. Like rapping. I like being better at rapping than when you step into a cipher and you can just chop it up. That's a really good feeling to have.
I'm telling you, we live together, so my man will just come up to me sometimes and just play just random freestyles and stuff like that he be seeing. I feel like he only be watching the nastiest, dirtiest rappers like the Jada Kisses. And like, you know what I'm
it's just
saying,
like
the
it's just like
Fabs and, like,
studying. Yeah, it's just like studying certain airs of just and like you're saying, it's like the same thing we're saying about the performance, going back and having to like study those rappers. I feel like when it comes to just like bar chopping, as far as what I like, there's like a lot of ways to like write raps and write bars and punchlines and all that. But as far as like what my particular ear likes, it's just the grimiest. It's just the grimiest shit.
voice.
Any like Meek Mill video where he got dirty braids and it looked like it was filmed on like a VCR. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of rap shit I like. You know?
Stuff that'll make your
That's what's
face scrunch up.
Yeah,
Like,
for
ugh,
for
God,
sure,
ugh.
for sure.
Yeah. So do you battle?
Nah, man. I mean, I think there's like a line of it, and I've seen people get hella smoke. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When you growing up, like when 8 Mile came out, everybody wanted to be a rapper at high school, so you gotta like battle up until you're like 20 years old. But then I feel like after you're 20, you can stop unless you want to keep battling.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
we have
Yeah,
battled though. I think like we definitely battled in, like some.
Don't. But I think that also helps you too. Like getting smoked in a
Yeah.
battle helps you go home and like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I've seen my friends get smoked in battles, and I've been smoked in battles. So it's like you can either take that and be like, am I gonna go home and work on my craft, or am I just gonna like chill and get like shit on? You know what I'm saying? But I think that's like a different generation. People don't be doing that as much now, but it definitely kind of thickens the skin a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Well, but I think that's even like we were talking about my perspective, talking about the fact that you guys released your project on vinyl. I mean, what you're talking about to me again is just another example, real example of how serious you're taking what you're
Yeah.
doing.
I mean, and don't get it twisted. Like me and Greg be on the battle raps, dog. When the new hot
we're
battles
battle
come
rap
out,
fans.
yo,
Yeah.
definitely have been battle rap fans for
Yeah.
like a very long time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ilmac.
Word up.
Yeah,
Word
hell
up. That's
yeah,
my
bro.
guy. That's my
For
guy.
sure.
Damn, I
That's
was
my
watching
guy.
Ilmac when I was like
Hella young,
like
bro.
my first earliest like real rap memories watching Ilmac and Thesaurus.
Like honestly, that
Real
probably
rap
is what really
championships.
got
Straight
me
up.
into watching battle
Well,
raps
yeah,
and becoming a fan
100%.
was like
Yeah.
those back and forth Ilmac and Thesaurus battles where they would just chop people up like it wasn't fair.
Oh
Yeah,
man, it was
yeah.
not fair.
Yeah.
The 2-on-2s,
Yeah.
bro. Just
Hell yeah, man.
Oh god, that
Yeah.
shit was epic, man.
Like from there, like start discovering like other folks and like this and that and like really getting into it. But yeah, man.
Well, and it is different now. Again, like I said, man, I'm an old head because now cats.
That
when
it's
cats
written.
battle. Yeah, it's well, not just that it's written, but cats just like sometimes I wonder. I shouldn't say wonder.
It's written back then too, dog.
It was, I mean, not really though.
It's
There
not-
was
but
way
look,
more
when you-
freestyle.
when-
Like
it's-
that's
it's
Scribble
like
Jam era and
freestyle,
shit
it's
like that.
But Lux and like them East Coast cats was
That
battling
was
while
a
the
different
Scribble.
style of rap.
But that's where
That was a
Ilmac,
different
that's where
style of,
to me, that's where like Ilmac and Thesaurus, that's their lane of rapping. Like those 2-on-2 niggas
that
is
stuff
like,
was, but that stuff was more like I would say freestyle.
yeah, I mean, you can see they obviously
West
had
Coast had
hella
a
like freestyling
Freestyle
going on.
battle lane that they were doing.
But I still feel like they're different from like the Scribble Jam rappers, like we're gonna put this beat on and be like, yo,
Oh, I mean,
you know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
that is different. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying that like the freestyle aspect of it. Because you watch the New York cats at the same time, the Luxes and the Murder Mooks and stuff like that, and they're spitting like what you know as battle rap today, as opposed to like the World Rap Championships where they're
But
just,
even that, it's just like the
jumping
mixture of being able to like where you have your like punchlines are gonna hit, and then like the freestyles. Because sometimes you watch like Lux on like 106 in Park where he's obviously coming off the top, and you're like, oh my goodness, like this is triple pattern rhyme scheme that you're just kicking in on BET in like a 12x tall T, dog. This is crazy.
Yeah. Do you have a preference? Because
A preference of what?
Of how full kick, whether it's written or off dome, but like when people are rhyming, acapella versus over a beat.
I mean, when it comes to like battles, I don't really want. I'm not really into like the battles with the beats going on, just because it's not. I mean, like the Scribble Jams was hella cool, and I really enjoyed watching like Idea and a lot of like the Rhyme Sayers cats when they was doing a lot of those old like Scribble Jams.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just a different game, dog. When it comes to like those like acapella, like the people who are battling right now, it's like rooted, you know what I'm saying? So there's like history of how to battle and how to present it, and like your showmanship and presentation, and just the rhyme schemes and punchlines and cleverness is like when you don't have that beat and you can just manipulate it how you want and still like, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they'll still kick it and you can still hear it, like the poetry jam, like the rhythms, you can still feel it.
Right.
I don't know, man. Them cats be going hard, dude.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's what's up, man. Okay, so if people are trying to trying to stay up on on what's next for you fellas, what's the easiest way to do that?
Man, kfgmusic.com, Kung Fu Grip _ on, Twitter, Instagram, anything of the sort. You can follow me at FishXHR. My profile is private, so I have to approve it before, anything like that happens. But you can definitely do that. But yeah, Kung Fu Grip _ for everything. KUNGFOOGRIP. 2KFG's on Spotify, Apple Music, all like your favorite streaming services, and so will all of our future singles. So just stay tuned.
Yeah,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Go to the record store, go cop that, man. Go holler at us and all that shit.
We forget to shout anybody out.
Uh,
Yo, big shout out to my team, and big shout out to my manager 3. Big shout out to Gary from Crane City Records. Big shout out to Keyboard Kid. Big shout out to Elon Wright. And
big shout out to Stuart Villain.
big shout out. Oh, while we're out here,
My man Solomon.
Word up.
Solomon.
My guy.
Say that.
Big shout out to my man Tope, who's in Oakland.
Tope.
My guy Tope.
Word up.
Shout outs to my man Verbs.
Yes, sir.
Shout
I'm
outs
saying?
to
All my honor roll niggas in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? And my honor roll niggas sitting on park benches. You feel it? You feel me? You figure deal me? You know what I'm saying?
This is a fool.
Straight up.
The vinyl was limited
It's a
pressing.
limited run.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
like 500.
Okay, how many? You got like 4 or 5 left.
We got like, you know what I'm saying, 2.5.
That's what's up.
Somebody got one on layaway for a nigga. He
I
gonna
don't even
pick
got
up the other.
one. I don't even
I
got
say you get the A
out.
side of the shit, you know?
Wow. So you get the A side.
Yeah, you get the A
Someone to
side.
send me. I need someone to send me a signed copy of 2K.
I haven't even heard the album.
You haven't heard it on vinyl yet?
No, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard any of the song.
It's pretty good.
It's kind of nice. Kung Fu Grip, Klyph Notes,
Yeah.
fellas, man. Thank you so much for coming.
Hey,
through, man.
appreciate
This
you
was
having
dope.
on.
Yeah,
Having
man.
us on, for
brother.
real.
Had a great time. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. We gonna head down the hallway here in a minute. Jump on Welcome to the Neighborhood. Once again, real quick, man. Big shout out to my man Theory Has It for handling the theme for the Klyph Notes podcast. Big ups to my people over at Acapella Apparel. Definitely check them out. Acapella.com. That's AKEPELE.com or Acapella Apparel all over social media. Hit them up. Tell them that DJ Klyph sent you that way. Once again, shout out to X-Ray FM. Check us out at Mic Check the end of June on the 28th. It's the 2-year anniversary, so you definitely want to come through and say what's up. Big ups to my folk who hold down Mic Check with me. My man Trox. We've had DJ OG1 coming through. Actually, the other podcast is out now, so you know DJ OG1 is now an official part of the Mic Check team, so we're really excited about that. Yeah, man, but subscribe, rate, comment. That really helps us with what we're trying to do with the podcast. And if you rock with Alexa, then you can actually enable the Klyph Notes podcast as a skill on Alexa, man. So we're trying to grow this thing.
Alexa.
We all over the place, you know?
Klyph Notes. Alexa.
All right, y'all. God bless you until you have an opportunity to do this again. Peace.
Hey, peace.
Hey, peace.